United States Army. I remember driving through some kill zones, and I remember thinking at that time, you know, we're not really trying to win the war when you're in a kill zone. And you're also not trying to blame anybody. You're trying to get out as safely as you can. That's really all you're thinking about. Well, we're in that type of environment right now, right here. Our people are losing their homes. They're losing their jobs. Some of them can't feed their families. Others are getting addicted to the drugs. These issues are killing our families and our communities. Some people are blaming big business, schools, government, media, you name it, you can pretty much blame it. There's plenty of blame to go around for everyone. My name is Jason Rogers. My friends call me JK. And today I'm going to announce my candidacy for Senate, State Senate District 31. Blaming people and organizations will not get us out of this situation. In fact, it's going to prolong our pain. In the next few months, I'm going to tell you my story. But this election is not about my story. It's about your story. It's about the pain and suffering that you're having, the people in this room, our communities, our state, and our countries, and our country. It's clear to me, and I can tell you that my family's suffering as well. Many people think that things will change when we get a new president, and it will. But that's going to be a year from now. In addition, it's going to take another 6 to 12 months for the new president's policies to take effect. Our people cannot wait 2 years for solutions to these issues. We need to take decisive action right now, and I'm here to tell you I have a plan that I can put in place today that will help your story get better. My commitment to you is that I'm going to go to every corner of this district to learn and tell your story. I'm going to let people know who you are, what you stand for, and what it will take to make you as successful as possible. Like everyone else, I would love to bring a company in here that will hire 5,000 or 10,000 people. But what I do know is there are over 3,000 counties in this country. All, or if most, if not all, also want a big company like that to come to their community. In addition, though, these companies usually demand massive tax incentives to relocate. In many cases, those tax incentives indirectly increase the cost for people and businesses that are already here. This strategy could be successful, but it should be option number 2. Option number 1 is after we learn your story, we're going to tap into your strengths. We don't need to beg companies to come here because we have the talent in this room and in our community to do great things. With our people tapping into their creative and innovative nature, we will assist you so that you can take your own ideas, create your own business, and create your own jobs by doing something that you want to do. You will be the one creating the jobs, and you will get your job, or your neighbor will get a job that you've created. While we always need to take special care of our local businesses and their customers, we also need to think globally and become more competitive in a growing global marketplace. You see, many of the people in this room have had great ideas. They just did not know how to get their idea from point A to fruition. How do you patent your business? How do you incorporate, or a service? How do you incorporate? How do you physically make the product or service? How do you ship it? How do you pay people? We're going to break down those barriers and make it easier for you to turn your great ideas into job creation factories. Do you think the person that created the Post-it was a genius? I mean, you know what I'm talking about. A sheet of paper, chop it up in 8 squares, put sticky stuff on the back, make billions of them, and make millions of dollars. You don't need a doctorate degree to do that. Everybody in this room can do something like that. We have talent right here. Again, we just need to develop it. I think you guys know of a man named Sam Walton. Started a little 5 and dime in a little town called Bentonville, Arkansas. That has turned out to be Walmart. 2 college kids in a dorm room started a website with about $1,900. That's Facebook, and I believe it's in the stage of being worth $100 billion. Big things come from entrepreneurs and small business, and they come from communities like ours. We're going to energize our community and get our citizens involved. Our churches, nonprofit agencies, and our volunteers are critical to both our short-term and long-term success. Here's the bottom line. I'm running because you're my friends. This is our community and it's our country. And quite honestly, you're worth fighting for, and so is this country. This is our foxhole, and we're going to change your story from despair to victory. Look at I recommend you look at the person beside you and you tell that person that I will fight for you and I will fight for what is right regardless of the cost. I think we don't always do that. But please listen to this. One thing I believe strongly is no blame, no guilt, no shame. Whatever has happened to you up to this point, put it to the side. The only way we can be successful is if we come together as one team and move forward. My name is J.K. Rogers. I'm the candidate that will get you these results. I need your support, and I look forward to getting in that foxhole with you. My story will only end when your story changes from pain to victory. God bless you all, and I look forward to hearing your story.
Good morning to you all. I'm going to be careful after the story you told, sir, because I want to make sure I'm standing on the right platform when I do this little talk. As a Republican, a lifelong Republican, I want to talk to you a little bit about my qualifications to serve. And your district attorney, Dick Donovan, asked me the important question a few minutes ago. He said, "Why are you doing this?" And we had a little conversation, and he said, "If you believe you're the best person to serve in this seat, you have an obligation to run." So that's why I'm standing here. Folks, I bring leadership credentials to the table. Currently serving as an active elder in my church, First Presbyterian Church, Douglasville, Georgia. I've been ordained to that position for almost 40 years and have been serving as a leader, a church leader, and a teacher for all of that time. I'm a retired Delta pilot. And having retired because the intrusive federal government having the nerve to tell me I had to quit flying at age 60, well, Delta had a better idea, so I'm currently working as a flight instructor teaching 777 pilots how to fly airplanes. And I bring to you not only that, but a credential that I'm a volunteer worker for the FAA as well, because the FAA also, even where I am at this stage of my career, allowing me to do check rides, okay? So I bring leadership to the table. When I left the House, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a minute, I continued to be active in my community. I was the chair of the Community Character Coalition of Douglas County. We heard about a scholarship that the Republicans are offering in Paulding County. For many years, under the leadership of the Community Character Coalition, we offered scholarships to kids who had the fortitude to fill out competitive applications talking about the importance of demonstrating character in the public square. I served as the chair of Leadership Douglas, trying to hold that organization together during some pretty tough times, all after I served my 8 years in the Georgia House. So I bring leadership credentials that transcend that. I am from Douglas County, but I am here today to demonstrate to you that my goal is to get to know Paulding County Republicans as well. It is important that I get to know you because the district also encompasses, and I brought a little map for anybody who's interested, the Taylor Farm Park precinct in southeast Paulding County. I want to get to know you as well as I've gotten to know my folks in Douglas County. Military veteran. I'm a graduate of the Naval Academy. I served for about 14 years in the military, if you count all those years. I rode a destroyer in the Atlantic Ocean right after I graduated from school. I flew P-3s after flight school in the Pacific Ocean in my next tour after getting my wings. I'm a Vietnam veteran, and so I have a great appreciation for folks like Jason who are serving even more contemporarily for our armed forces to continue to defend our country. So I bring those credentials to you. What drives me? What drives me? I am called to do this. I am tuned into foundational principles of government. The United States Declaration of Independence says that we are endowed by our Creator, with certain unalienable rights, including the right to life, the right to liberty, and the right to the pursuit of happiness. I will govern based on that philosophical foundation, based on whatever issues may come our way. When I left the House, I served 8 years in the Georgia House of Representatives as a Republican, as a proud Republican when we were in the minority. Bill Hembry and I served together very closely as the two representatives for Douglas County. Why did I leave public service at that time? Republicans, I took a hit for the team. The other regime, during a reapportionment session in 2001, drew a neat little convenient loop around 80 voters that drew Bill Hembry into the district that I represented. I was getting late in my flying career, and I remember very vividly a discussion that I had with Bill in his office one morning while I was still serving. I said, you know what, Bill, we don't need to beat each other up in a Republican primary to hold this seat. I've got a couple of years left in my flying career. Have my blessing. I'm not going to run against you in a primary. So Bob Snelling, in that era, 2001, took a hit for the team. 10 years later, there's an open seat, no incumbent. I want to be your representative, and I'm here today because I believe I'm the best person for the job. We brought campaign material and a map of the district. If you're interested in who we are, they're on the seats. Please talk to us. God bless you all.
Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you. Actually, I've been here several times, so I'm only going to take a minute and not detract from the reason we're here today, to hear from our legislators who have taken time out of their busy schedule to come talk to us during the session. My name is Mike Miller. I'm running for the State House seat 66. It comes out of the Taylor Farm Park District and then down through the middle of Douglas County. I currently sit on the Douglas County School Board, and quite frankly, education is the fundamental of my platform to run. Education is a fundamental of economic development. I believe it has ties, and good education will keep our prisons and our corrections facilities from being overloaded, and so that is the fundamental basis of why I'm running. Now, I've been here, I've spoken with folks in Paulding County. I appreciate your district attorney, Dick Donovan, endorsing my campaign, school board member Nick Chester endorsing my campaign. So without further ado, I would appreciate your vote. We're going to have a strong, exciting election. We have materials in the seat. My cell phone number is on the card there. You can call me and talk to me. Our website is up and provides a lot of information about who I am and what I'm going to do. But I'm about principled leadership and real results. And that's what we're going to get when I'm down at the State House representing the 66. Thank y'all.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to be with you this morning. I called a few weeks ago and asked if I could come in and say a few words this morning. And I can tell you I am impressed with the organization. I was before the Douglas County Republican Party a few weeks ago, and we didn't have near as many people, I can tell you. So my name is Micky Thompson, and I am a candidate for District 66, and I'd like to just take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about who I am and why I would like to be your representative. I'm married. My wife's Janice Thompson, the local insurance agent in Douglasville. I have one daughter and 3 grandsons.